and it could be a big point at the end of the season. Do you see it that way at the moment?
I think they're just happy to get the point, to be honest. It wasn't the best of games for them. Never got going. I think they'll be disappointed in the way that they played, but very happy with coming away with a point.
Adam Lallana is almost the forgotten man. He's had all kinds of injury and illness problems. He got the goal. Was it a good goal from Liverpool's point of view, or will Manchester United be disappointed here?
Probably. I would say Manchester United be disappointed. I mean, to start with, you'd expect a bit of closing down, but Robertson got into those areas quite a few times. The crossing was not of their normal standards today, Liverpool's. They played a lot of high, aimless balls in, but that one wriggled through the defence. I know, Giggsy, you thought there was a couple of people maybe on the back post that could have done a bit better.
Yeah, I was just... Wan-Bissaka not played a lot of games. Maybe if he was a little bit fitter, sharper, would have got out quicker. But for Rojo to actually go past Maguire is strange. If he holds his position, maybe he can clear it. Ash never really gets goal side, but if you watch Rojo here, he just sort of anticipates where the ball's going to be instead of staying with his man. And... yeah, I think it is a poor goal to give away. But Liverpool, for that about 5 or 10 minutes, were knocking at the door. And there you see the full-back, Robertson, where he's crossing the ball a lot further up the pitch, where the majority of the game, him and Trent Arnold were crossing the ball from 45 yards out.
Let's get back to Old Trafford. Phil Neville's been there all day for us. Did you think Manchester United were going to close that out and get the 3 points there, Phil? Or did you fear, like Ryan, that an equaliser was coming?
Well, the momentum of the game did change. I thought the substitutions, Chamberlain and Lallana coming on and Keita as well, just give them a little bit of impetus in terms of energy. United didn't make the substitution. They brought Martial on. I thought maybe just 5-10 minutes too late to change the momentum, and you could see that United were camped in. I agree with Ryan. I don't know what Rocco was going for the goal. He'd no need to go ahead of the other centre-back. He stays in his slot and he picks up Lallana, but I thought it was an outstanding performance from United. I really did. Full of energy, played a more direct style, and at the end the fans were dead at the end because of the effort that the players had put in. They didn't get the just rewards.
But given the fact they'd restricted Liverpool to so many chances, will that make it a little bit harder to take the way they've given that goal away? They were so close.
I think so. I think tactically Ollie got it really spot on today. The 5 at the back, they defended the middle of the pitch really well. The 3 centre-backs in particular defended the goal really well. Every cross that came in from wide areas, they were set, they were waiting for the cross. And just the one at the end when it gets fired across the box, Rocco just lost a little bit of concentration and they got punished. And I've got to say at the end, Liverpool did finish really strong. And United will feel like that's 2 points dropped.
Can they use that performance as a positive now? I know they haven't won the game, but to try and push on and gain some consistency and get up the table?
They have to do. I think the blueprint and the bar was set today. It was similar to probably the Chelsea performance in terms of the energy. I thought Pereira probably had his best game today. Fred and McTominay in midfield was full of energy. I think the one thing that I thought was missing from the United performance was maybe a little bit of composure that maybe a Pogba might have brought to the performance. But apart from that, I think Ollie could not have asked of anything more.
And in terms of Liverpool, I mean, obviously when you and Ryan were winning titles, you didn't play well every week. Yeah. You weren't in games every week, but you took something from them. Will they be buoyed by that fact, particularly at that stadium?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I was so disappointed in terms of their performance, and they were slow in possession, they were lethargic. I thought the guy said that at half-time. They were like that up until the 3 substitutions that Jurgen Klopp made. He was looking for something to change the momentum, and, you know, it is a point closer to winning the league. That's the way you've got to look at it, because for that performance, they probably didn't deserve the 3 points.
OK, Phil, thank you for now. We'll be back to Phil very shortly indeed, after we've got the views of the Liverpool manager, Jurgen, because Liverpool manager, he's yet to win a game. But he says, Emil, it was 110% a free kick leading up to the opening goal. Now, we've cleared up the VAR. The VAR, as Dermot says, cannot overturn it because it's not clear and obvious. But the referee, should he have given a free kick?
I as a forward, I would like to say that that's a free kick, but you get some and you don't get some, and you just play on. You know, everyone's stopped. It seems like everyone's stopped, but at times you don't get them given. I think Henderson was saying that Marcus got one before, but it happens. Doesn't mean that you stop and don't play.
Yeah, just picking up on the goal here, Steve. I mean, that's the area that you normally go in. In this point here, you're just trying to catch the eye of your defender, just to make him think you'll go into a certain area. As soon as you catch your eye, you then dart in a different direction. You see where Matip finishes up and where Rashford ended up, but there's the free kick or the potential free. Poor. Do you know what? Whichever way it went, I would have said soft either way. If he gets it, I'm saying well done, striker. You bought a foul there because you were in a tricky situation. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Emil in particular, you know, with your back to goal, it's never a nice position. And if you get the ball and your touch isn't great, you think, oh, I'll feel for a bit of contact. There wasn't a lot of contact. There was a bit. You know, if he gets it, you say, oh, well done, you bought it. And if he doesn't, you think, well, you know, you're not going to get them all. It was one of those. I mean, I certainly don't. Jurgen Klopp said it was 110%. I didn't think it was. I thought it was pretty toss of a coin.
It was actually a poor touch, wasn't it?
And that's why he went down, wasn't it?
And if it is a touch there, does he go down? Is like Mo said, is there enough contact to me? If his touch is there, then does he lay it off? Yeah. But like Mo said, he's tried to buy a foul, he's not got it. And, you know, still 10, 15 yards inside United's half, so there's still a lot to do. So I think there's a bit of frustration. More often than not, you probably do get that these days. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it was 110% at foul.
And a well-crafted United goal after that, wasn't it?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was exactly what Ollie would have wanted. Full-backs high, you've got Dan James on the ball, and you've got Marcus Rashford in the middle. It was perfect. You know, they would have practiced that. You know, because Liverpool aren't going to change. They're still, the full-backs are going to get forward. They're going to be adventurous. Then can you exploit them positions with them? Quick wingers, quick centre-forward as Marcus is. And no, I thought it was a brilliant cross and a great movement. And also, they've just been at it. Liverpool just look slow, lethargic. There was a lot of talk of them travelling more minutes. And maybe that has had an effect. But no, United have just been better in every department. A little bit lack of quality once they got up to the box, but Liverpool haven't really caused any problems and deserve to go ahead, I think.
OK. United goal. If you'd been Divock Origi, and you have been in that position many times, would you be extremely upset you haven't got a foul?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I'd want a foul from it. I think there is contact there. And I think this is purely a case of whether the referee gives it or not. I mean, I know a lot of people around the world will be thinking, you know, blaming VAR for this, but this is basically a decision for Martin Atkinson, and following that, I mean, it's a perfectly good goal. It's just whether that's a foul or not. Now, VAR can check it and see whether it's clear and obvious foul, but I think there'll be debate. All around the world there'll be debate, so I don't think VAR's done anything wrong. It's purely a decision that Martin Atkinson has made. You can see there is a touch on the back of the leg. Is it enough to bring him down? That's open to debate. But I think VAR's done its job.
And the point we should make out, as Jurgen Klopp debated it with John Moss there, that after the foul, Ryan, a crafted goal by United with the link-up between James and Rashford.
This is exactly the scenario that Ollie would have wanted. Robertson's getting ahead of the ball, breaks to Dan James out in that wide area where he's comfortable. You see Rashford in the middle, Trent Arnold trying to get back because he's ahead of the ball as well. And it's a great ball, and if you watch Marcus's movement, you know, we've discussed Marcus's, is his movement good enough? He comes towards the ball, then comes away, and yeah, Mo, that's brilliant centre forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about opposites, isn't it? When you're trying to get space, whether you're a winger or a centre forward, it's all about opposites. You tell the defender you're going there, and you force them into a false sense of security, and then you go the opposite way. It buys you a lot of space. Normally, you like to do it the other way around, head for the back and nip across the front. Rashford's done it perfectly.
Let's bring in the former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher in the match centre to just clear this up. Like Ryan says, VAR got that correct.
I think Michael summed it up perfectly, to be honest, Steve. I think it's a referee's decision, and once Martin decides it's not a foul, he's the closest person to it. The game goes on. He's obviously led the VAR himself by saying, I don't consider it's a foul, therefore the VAR can't overturn it.
Just clear it up for the viewers, Dermot. Why can't VAR overturn this?
Because it's not a clear and obvious error. You know, the referee is the closest person. He thinks it's not a foul. It's a debatable decision, that's the thing. And because it's debatable, you have to go with the referee because he is the closest person.
And Emil, Liverpool's frustration even further. You were up, you thought they'd equalise with Sadio Mane.
Yeah, it's a, you know, the rule is if it hits any part of your hand and it leads to a goal, then it's disallowed. That is not a deliberate handball for me, but the rule says it doesn't have to be a deliberate handball. It's just if it hits your hand and it leads to a goal, then the goal is disallowed.
No debate down there?
No, Emir summed it up. It's mandatory, and unlucky for Sadio Mane, but the minute it strikes his hand, the goal has to be disallowed because it's led directly to a goal.
Dermot, thank you. Emma, what's been wrong with Liverpool in that first half for you?
I just think, passing they've been slow, they've been lethargic. The only one who's really been at it, I feel, and really been chasing people down and really been putting people under pressure is Mane. Apart from that, I think the fullbacks are very weary of going forward, as it showed with the goal. They ended up being caught out and then them scoring a goal. But so you look at Trent, he hasn't really got forward that much, and that's where you get your whip from and your crossing, and they haven't really got anything into the box.
Yeah, tactically, I think Ollie's got it spot on so far. I mean, we all know that Liverpool's fullbacks are their strength, but they can be the weakness as well. And the great thing about Liverpool is they're so confident in their centre-halves to defend 1v1. We were talking during the half, me and Giggsy, and the likes of Jaap Stam and Ronnie Johnson used to be able to do it for Manchester United. If you can trust your centre-halves to defend 1v1, it's a brilliant outlet, and that's why Liverpool fullbacks continue to go forward, but it was their undoing for the goal.
Manchester United have never been beaten